Welcome to Yacht Femme, where we talk about the women that make the yachting industry. I'm your host, Andrea Tagliaferro. Learn who they are, how they got into yachting, and what they do today.
Meet Captain Patricia Caswell. She's a lifelong mariner and general manager at the Superyacht Service Centre at the Gulf Craft Group, UAE. With decades at sea and in maritime leadership, she oversees superyacht maintenance, refit, and operations. Passionate about mentoring and inclusivity, Patricia champions excellence, innovation, and diversity while helping position the UAE as a global superyacht hub.
Thank you. That's quite a
Don't let me be reading. It is. That's what I was asking. It is, but we're gonna make it through. But before we dive in, I wanted to see if you could give us just a brief intro and tell us where you're from. What does a general manager do at the service center at the Gulf Craft do, and maybe a little insight into what the company is all about for those that don't know you.
Okay, so I first and foremost was a captain, born and bred on the ocean. Grew up sailing and moving into super yachts. I've been out in the UAE for the last 11 years, from running yachts out in the region and then moving across to the Gulf Craft Group. I've been here for 5 years now, which has been an amazing sort of transition from full-time at sea to being able to do, part-time with all the testing. And now, with the transition for our new service center and our new facility that we're opening this month, it's a crazy whirlwind, but a very cool time.
I know they keep you quite busy. We did, Yacht Femme did an event in Dubai during the show. And I tried my hardest to get in touch with you and see if you could come to our event, but then I don't remember if I finally got in touch or not, but I kept seeing you jumping around from event to event on social media, and I'm like, this is just not going to happen. But good for you.
We have to make some time next time.
Yes. So also, if you can tell us a little bit about Gulf Craft.
I think Golfcraft has been out for 42 years. They've been building yachts in the UAE. We build from 30 foot all the way up to 175 foot. And what we realized is the talent within the company easily transitioned as well across into the service and refit side of the business. So we were able to draw from that, and we were able to really support the region. There wasn't enough support in the service and refit side in the region. So because the Gulf Craft Group had this experience, we were able to expand and build and grow on that. And that's really what's been happening, with SYSC and this side of the business over the last couple of years.
Yeah, the growth that we see in Dubai and the UAE is just breathtaking. If you even follow just by getting a glimpse at how that show, the Dubai show, has grown, it's really insane, to be honest. And for everyone that doesn't attend, it creates a lot of FOMO because it looks amazing and also quite unique. The amount of events that happen at nighttime, and then all the lighting and then the forums and the conferences, it's really impressive. I actually hope I get to go next year. You were talking about before you were navigating at seas, and now you are here leading the charge on land. So what inspired you to make that specific transition?
Oh, so many things. You go through your years at sea, and it's amazing. But as you get older and you get the different opportunities and growth in leadership, you get married. You go through the different stages of life. It was a bit of a natural progression, to be honest. I was fortunate enough to meet the Golfcraft team, and it was just a bit of a natural evolution. Sometimes what is it said? Sometimes the stars align, and
Yes.
that transition is possible. I think Golfcraft is pretty unique, where they have this what we say, they have this equal opportunity in the region, which is evolving, and Golfcraft is quite advanced in that. The equal opportunity, not just about gender, but nationality, background, experience, and the mix of perspective was really interesting to me, and it sort of inspired me to be able to move across and transition into that more of a land-based role. They're also very open to bringing in that experience from different areas. So being able to bring my operational and at sea experience into the manufacturing process, into the service and refit process, it was really supported, and it was really a nice transition. I'm very, very thankful for it, to be honest.
I wanted to dive in and understand how it felt adapting from Australia to Dubai. But I didn't want to derail the conversation that much, but maybe briefly tell us, because you did touch on the multicultures and you're talking about how embracive the company is, but how has the rest of the transit, adapting? Because I feel it's quite the shock.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I haven't lived in Australia since the early 2000s. I've been sailing around the world, between sailboats and motorboats. I've been moving around. So luckily I was already open to quite a lot of different cultures. And certainly then moving into the Middle East, and learning the culture and how it all works was an eye opener. But everyone's so welcoming and so friendly, and you get to just have these real conversations, and it's what I really love
Mhm.
about the region. Especially as a female captain, there wasn't any in the region per se, and it was accepted, and now there's a lot more in the region. There's female CEOs all over the region. It's really very progressive, and a lot of people don't realize how much that is happening out here. It's very cool.
It was very interesting for me to see that you're one of the faces of the company in many ways. And then you were a female captain, so that felt very progressive and well, amazing for them.
What we've been able to do, and what is important is being able to learn from the team that is here already, because um, in different cultures and different regions, you can't just do it the same way it's done everywhere else in the
Mhm.
world.
Yeah.
All right. So learning the way it's done here first, and then being able to sort of develop what the team is doing, and
Hmm.
develop the team to then bring my experience, and then bring different practices, changing maybe how the processes and the integration of technology, and different aspects like that, and being able to then teach and mentor that into what's already existing and what's already here,
Yeah.
I think is important. I don't think we can just transfer a way it's done somewhere else in the world to here. I think it's about adapting and then evolving what's already here, and then
Hmm.
in new tools to be able to do that.
Um, Fair point. Then it's not cookie cutter everywhere you go, and yachting is already quite diverse. And then you're adding that you're already saying that your region is even more diverse, even outside of it. So yeah, you can't just transplant an operation or a system that you develop somewhere completely different. I'm sure in your role you're juggling and wearing many, many hats from I understand lifting a 60-meter to mentoring your team. So how do you balance the technical and the human sides of your role?
I think honestly, no 2 days are the same here. It's a little bit mental. One day I'm sort of reviewing the logistics of lifting, up to 600 tons, and next I'm working with teams, and we're fine tuning, the servicing workflows, technical upgrades to our berthing infrastructure. Dedicating my team to mentoring is super important to me. And then I also, we work quite hard with the broader leadership of the Golfcraft group to make sure that we're aligning across all the different businesses under the group and the different expansions and movements that we're doing within the company. Yeah, definitely no 2 days alike.
Yeah, that's what I hear usually when people wear multiple hats. I tend to really rely on a task schedule that I make for myself. So when I'm calm and I have like, a quiet mind and I can strategize, I put priority list on it. And then the next day when I just log into the computer, I just read what's next and then keep going because early in the morning, I don't have the brain to really prioritize. So whatever's on the list, that's what we're jumping on.
For you, it's all
You're
about getting in the right mindset for which hat you're wearing at that time, right?
That's right. Um, you're talking about so many advances that you're doing, the region, Gulfcraft. Is there any major milestone that you've seen in the UAE, in the yachting scene? Looking back, maybe what part of the journey are you most proud of?
Oh, I'm kind of I'm proud of the evolution of my career and everything that's happened, but at the moment it's about launching SYSC. We've been working on this for more than 2 years now. So finally getting to launch a new facility, contributing to the UAE as a region, as a, rising as a super yacht hub. It's super rewarding. It's really gives me lots of energy. It's sort of a combination of everything that I've learned at sea, everything I've learned ashore. I take massive pride in it, and I'm looking forward to getting the centre open, getting the work out there, letting everyone know that we're here to support the region and just keep growing.
In those 2 years of planning and you finally open, was there anything that you just did not see coming? Any, shocking, like, now we call them, like learning experiences. But
What is, I know it's kind of wild how this region works and how fast things can happen and how fast everyone adapts, whether it's the design of the facility, technical approvals for the facility, getting materials here, pivoting maybe on choice of materials and how we're constructing the facility. I don't think there was anything that really shocked me except for how fast we can do it and how fast we can pivot and go, oh, okay, we're going this way now, and this is how we're going to do it now. So I think as long as you can adapt to that, we're good.
that's amazing. You usually just don't hear that from big companies. Like it's the smaller, the more nimble, the easier to pivot. So yeah, that's quite amazing.
I think that sort of stems from the leadership of the company. It stems from, our chairman, the vision he has for the company, and the trust and ability he gives to the senior leadership of the company to be able to direct and do that. It allows us to be able to do that. And that comes from the top. It comes from what the chairman and how he leads and what he believes we can do.
If someone's not familiar or they're listening to this and they think, okay, you know what, I want to go to the service center.
Yeah.
Um, what are the services? What capabilities are you tackling?
So what we realised in the region is, whilst there's docking facilities around, they're all commercial docking facilities. So what we wanted to do was do a dedicated yachting facility. So we're able to lift up to 600 tons. We have an 80-metre alongside in-water berth as well. We have the capability to do all of these works in-house as well. So we have the workshops, we have the manufacturing facility and the feeder factory attached as well. So when we're looking at interior refits, when we're looking at all of your mechanical surveys, paint work, we really have that white glove full in-house capability. And this is this is what we realized was really missing in the region. And as it grows, as it becomes a normal cruising ground, rather than just somewhere that you might stop off to on your way to the Maldives or Seychelles or whatever. Now it's normal to cruise here. So we've developed this service center with that in mind, to really just be yacht dedicated and full service.
That's amazing. Especially when you say you're not on the way of, it just reminded me of Fort Lauderdale being, the place for all the refits. They say it's the capital, the yachting capital of the world, but it's really on their way, or there's a lot of places that you can cruise from it.
Right.
So location and shifting the concept of the location is it's quite a task, and
The way yachts are cruising, the way owners are cruising, it's not just always to do the same. The yachts are able to cruise further. Your transport ships are moving further to even be able to move the smaller yachts around, and I see the transition from even in chartering and in private cruising, where you have the Red Sea opening. You have the Gulf region and the UAE opening, even for residency and a hub of cruising in the area. Then you link the Indian Ocean, you link Asia, you link, the rest of the world. It's actually geographically, it's a bit of an ideal situation.
yeah, well, you already see that with airlines. The amount of
Yeah,
people that
right?
stop in Dubai, and they keep growing to make you not just stop by, just, now this is the destination. So it makes sense that the maritime industry is also doing that as well. Um,
Yeah, the growth is exponential, to be able to support what's already actually happening with the yachts. We just need to grow to be able to support that ecosystem.
exactly. You were talking before about mentoring, how you love mentoring, how you love teaching, and especially women in maritime. So, what motivates you to give back? And what advice would you give someone that's starting out in those roles?
I think I've been super fortunate over my whole career to have amazing teachers, amazing mentors, from all over the world, whether it was senior captains as I was growing up and different business owners within the industry. So it sort of it inspires me to want to give back because I had that experience. And I think it's so important to be able to lean on the people around you and help, you know, teach and support and even just listen, right? As you're learning and you're dealing with the trials and tribulations all around the world, and hard charters and crew and support services and everything, it can be a mental crazy time. So being able to have that, even just a sounding board, or to decompress to, or just to bounce ideas off as you want to change things and do things differently, it's important. And because I was lucky enough to have that, I want to always be able to sort of give that back. It's the cycle of life, I better believe.
I would have loved to have had a mentor, to be honest. I tried,
So
never
important.
actually did. I would look at LinkedIn pages to be
Yeah,
like, if I wanted to be like this person, what was the path they took? So I was trying to copy like a path to success without the right mentors. So and as you know, one thing is what you see on paper, the other thing is like the real journey that it took them to get
right.
there, and everything in between that's not listed in a pretty package on LinkedIn. So that would have been amazing to have had a mentor to either get where I wanted faster, or maybe even change paths quicker.
I think
Um,
that that's one of the important things about mentoring is, I mean, I didn't take necessarily a straightforward path either on how did I get to the Middle East, it's kind of a bit random, but just talking about it to different people around me and mentors around me when I was taking those steps gave me the confidence to be able to do it too. And I think that's quite important too. If you're stepping outside the comfort zone and you're going in a different way, and it's okay to do that, but having the confidence to do it. And I think mentoring people to have the confidence and belief in themselves and their own skills and what they're doing, it helps to have that.
yeah, 100, 100%. Also, when you see someone that has done it, even if if they look similar to you or have such similar background, you feel you can do it too. But even
Yeah,
if
it's true.
not, knowing that someone else unlocked that before you, it also gives you the strength that, you know what, maybe if I take the right, the right
Yeah,
moves here, I can
exactly.
and do it too. So would that be like if you were starting tomorrow again in yachting or in maritime,
Yes.
um, um, what would be the advice you would give yourself?
Oh, I think I would say stop and take a breath. You know, it's kind of important. It's such a unique industry, and you're exposed to such an amazing wealth of life experience, business experience, travel experience. So being able to take it all in, really just, sort of immerse yourself in everything wherever you are, I think helps make you a more well-rounded person, a more well-rounded leader. And it also opens all those doors to opportunities. If you're able to sit there and take it all in, you don't actually know what's around the corner, and it could open a door that you never expected to happen. And I've been a bit fortunate to have experienced that. So I would always go back and tell someone starting off, or even tell my old self, make sure you stop and take a breath and allow those things to happen around you to be able to give you those opportunities.
It sounds stupid. When you look back at if you've gone to enough networking events or
Yeah,
you look back at pictures, now you're trying to achieve this connection or this job role or whatever it is, you actually made that connection or knew those right people a long time ago, but because you
right?
were so tunnel visioned, you didn't see all the opportunities that have been presented to you multiple times.
That's
Yeah, maybe
exactly
you didn't have the tools to identify them up, that's fair as
it.
well, but you were so tunnel vision, you didn't really take it in. So I think it goes back to when you said listening
Yeah.
and seeing both, observing them.
It,
Yeah.
communication and being able just to take it all in is so important. And I don't think we stop enough and do that. And I really, I think we got to, now I'm starting to sound like an old lady, but you know what I mean? I just,
I was actually thinking my new plan for the Monaco show is gonna be like I'm gonna sit at the cafe and just gonna
right?
take it in, see you all running around, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna take
And
the
you know
moment.
what? Watch who stops and talks to you. It's
Yes.
it's very cool.
If that happens, I am texting you. It happened. I stood still. They
I
came
look
to
forward to it.
me.
Yeah.
That's
I look forward to it.
oh, well, this was a great conversation. I love that we you touched so much on the different cultures that you're leading, that how you're learning from them. I think that that's so amazing to understand. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about your job, what you are working on, or even how do we follow along?
Okay. Well, I guess, I want the whole world to see what we're doing with SYSC. So I'm sure we'll share out our social media and everything so that everyone will be able to really follow and see what's happening over the next year. Where we're going to keep expanding. You're going to hear plenty more from me. So I don't think I need to rant on too much about it. But I just want to share, to everyone, keep an eye on the Middle East, see what's going on out here because it's super exciting. There's so much happening, and I think everyone should come and get involved a bit.
Yeah, well, you don't have to tell us twice. I think everyone's itching to get there. If they haven't made it, I'm sure they want to.
Yeah,
Well, with and all the links to stay in touch from social media, website, everything will be in the show notes, so you don't have to find
perfect.
it on your own. So don't worry. Um,
Awesome.
well, Patricia, it was great talking to you. I'm just sad that I'm not going to see you next week at the shows, but
Yeah. I gotta concentrate on making sure the yard's all open and happy and doing all of its thing. But we definitely have to make some time. Especially if you're coming out for dips, we're definitely gonna make some time.
I'm gonna propose this to the company and be like, "This is the show. This is our show. We gotta make it."
We've got some cool products coming out next show as well, so it'll be very
I
cool.
know Patricia there, so we're set.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much, and I look forward to staying in touch.
Most definitely. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's lovely to talk with you.
Thank you so much for listening to Yacht Femme. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, and comment. Your comment will help us reach a broader audience. And don't miss the next episode. Bye!